So here we are, once again, on the outside looking in. We nearly came back from 3-0 down against the Columbus Blue Jackets to make our way to the Stanley Cup Final, only to fall short. And that sets the stage for another offseason where, honestly, all we can do is hope for the best. I mean, you look here, no one really was at an elite level. We had some pretty solid scoring across the board, but, you look here. Carlton, Othman, Lehman, that's why we lost. I mean, Bursch, 3 points in 5 games. Nearly outscored Ted Lehman. That is just simply not a winning combination. And then, of course, defensively, we do lack point production, but someone like Keegan Vigilante was abysmal. And whether or not he and McGrath are back on this team heading into next season, I have no idea. Howard Lowe put up a good fight, but it just simply wasn't good enough. So what happens here? I don't know. We'll see how the draft goes for us, of course. We'll see who ends up winning the Stanley Cup. I'm rooting for Columbus, so I don't have to look at the other team. And indeed, Columbus wins. And not to mention, of course, we were in the Calder Cup as well, the Calder Cup final. The Hershey Bears take that series. I just kind of skipped over that and didn't pay attention. To be honest, I kind of forgot because of the disappointment, but there you go. Not exactly a season to remember. And I think the reason why I overlooked the Calder Cup is because, again, it's not what we want. I'm not in this for the Calder Cup. We're in it for a Stanley Cup. We lose to the Art Ross Trophy winner, the Hart winner. Rasmus Dahlin wins a Norris. Marchenko won the Lady Byng as well. He also won the Conn Smythe. So, just to show, Howard Lowe won the Vezina, though that is a sentence I never thought I would say in my life without the word did not. Howard Lowe won the Vezina this season. How bad was the goaltending? Oh my goodness. He had a .918 but a .239 GAA. That helped a lot, and that was a phenomenal record. Howard Lowe did have a really good season. And maybe he has turned the page. If our stars showed up, I mean, we almost made it to the Cup final without our stars performing at as high of a level as you would think they would perform. So the fact that Howard Lowe, was still pretty solid in the postseason. Obviously, after 2 games against Columbus, we tried to go back to Tristan Lennox. But the fact that Howard Lowe was as strong as he was, it's so disappointing because if our offense showed up, what could have happened? What would have happened? There's no real way to know. As Dylan Larkin retires after all this time, Ivan Provorov, Adam Fox. And amongst the goaltenders, we see Igor Shesterkin, Mackenzie Blackwood, Thatcher Demko, all winning at least 200 games in their career. So, again, a very, very disappointing set of circumstances to have this go down. We go to the draft, and we will see how we can do. But without a doubt, I think if we never make it that close again, this is the season that we look at to say that was our best shot, and we missed it. We'll see. Maybe this team has turned the corner. I can only hope. As Ryan Coletta from the Barrie Colts. If only we had Barrie available. He's listed as a rare bust, which I actually don't see too often because, of course, we only look at the OHL. But you look here, I mean, the top guy we're going to be going for here is Jeffrey Yang from the Erie Otters. He is the top dude that we can get, and he's not projected to go until the 50s, but there is also Fabian Nystrom, I suppose. We'll end up with both of those players, and we'll hope for the best. So only one dude that we could have potentially gotten. We know he's going to be a high top 4, more than likely. As there you go, Coletta's off the board. Who would we have, or how good would that guy have been? I guess it was Marsh, right? Yeah, high top 4, so nothing too special, all things considered. So in terms of who we go for here, again, pretty straightforward. We will go and secure Nystrom first. Not anything special. 4-year ETA. Fabian Nystrom from the Flint Firebirds is the pick. He is a medium top 6, 60 overall. There is no help coming to this team, and I think I just missed the goaltender. I did. I had a feeling math-wise it wasn't going to work out. Yang was only a medium starter. So if he was medium elite, that would have been a big loss. I'd rather have gone for the defenseman if I could only get one of them. Let's be honest, we need a better defenseman than we need goaltender at this point. So next up, we are looking at... Oh my god, I forgot this draft is this bad. I wish it was Trey Suter. It's going to be Edwin Rafalski from the Windsor Spitfires, who is the next selection. He is, as expected, a medium 9, 56 overall, 17-year-old. So Rafalski returns to Detroit, but what are you going to do? So that's not necessarily ideal, is it? Who do we have next? We have a couple of pinned players, including a medium elite forward. So that's huge. There's Asher Recchi, but then Michael Cutler and Jalen Hendricks. So obviously, we are going for Michael Cutler, who's not going to be that good. But you never know. Maybe he's the late developing player that can help us. He's a 47 overall. Would be amazing for the trade value, but that's not something that we do in this series. We look here now. We have 3 defensemen to pick between. Interesting. There is Hendricks, Sweeney, or Paris. And we're definitely not going to go for Paris because there's no identifiable strengths. Honestly, I think it's the 17-year-old with low 4. We have to risk it on Ross Sweeney of the Sarnia Sting. And he is a low 6. Ugh, that risk did not pan out. So all we've really ended up with is a medium elite. I don't know if any of these guys will ever make it anywhere close to the NHL roster, unfortunately. I genuinely don't think that's going to be the case. And looking here, I mean, there is just basically nobody. We'll go for Damian Watson, overager, from the Saginaw Spirit. He's a low bottom 6. We can't get through these next 2 rounds fast enough, if you ask me. What a brutal situation we've found ourselves in here. Again, I've said it before in previous years, and it certainly rings true now. You know, this is it, right? I mean, the core that we have is the core that has to make it. I just don't know if they will. I don't trust that Brayling Nightingale is going to be any decent. There's Cristiano Boganecki, who's an overager. No, another 3 overagers. Jesus. Let's just take the goalie. He's in the 300s. I don't expect him to be good. He's a medium French. 47 overall butterfly goaltender. So, 7th round. We have 3 picks left that could be half decent, but probably not. It's either Mason Swift, Franzen, or Boganecki. So, we'll take out the defenseman in Gordon Franzen. How I missed the days of overagers being overpowered a couple of years ago when they were actually decent. So we're looking at Swift or Boganecki. And we're going to go for Cristiano here. The physical play from power forward might help make him a higher overall, but he is a low top 9, so it does not matter. Absolutely brutal. No real redeeming qualities in that draft from what we can tell at this point in time. So that brings us to the re-sign phase, as it usually does. I don't know if maybe this is the year to change over the head coach or something. You know, change for the sake of a change. Or if we just hope for the best next year. Howard Lowe is going to want to raise, not by much. We'll just go ahead and sign him to what he's looking for. And we'll also look to bring back Tristan Lennox, as Morgan is making a push here. 74 overall at 21 years old, Alan Morgan. We'll see if he ever makes it. Of course, there's a medium elite Langkow as well, though I don't expect to ever make it. Defensively, obviously, we'll just give Drysdale however much money is left. For the moment, let's just sign McGrath to what he wants. We'll go ahead and sign Khalil Suter to what he wants. Edgar Sasaki. And we'll sign Vigilante for now as well. No guarantees who stays and who goes with this team. Reimer. Wesley Reimer. Big boy from the Saginaw Spirit. Go ahead and sign him to his ELC. Unfortunately, Cairns. Don't know what your first name is right now. Lewis Kearns is not going to make this team. 2nd round pick just 2 years ago. Complete swing and miss there. There's a medium 7th in Delmore. Austin Delmore, we'll give him a shot. I mean, obviously don't expect him to make it, but beggars can't be choosers. For the wingers, Harvey Brennan, who was sent down in the Cup final. We'll try to bring him back. Garnett is 23. There's no way he's ever going to make it, but we'll try to sign him at this point. Left wing, oh boy, Hayden Fowler. Whew, Hayden wants to be paid. There's also Hoffman. who we will sign. We'll go for McCauley as well. Alan Maldine, who was honestly okay. And then Terrell, we'll sign him up as well. From there, Pusher is terrible. Calvin Pusher, 4th round pick, 6 years ago now. Absolutely awful. And we will go ahead and sign Brindamore and hope for the best. Bennett Brindamore. No real expectations for him or for Andrews. Brendan Andrews from the Sarnia Sting. Go ahead and sign him up too. For the centers, DeAndre Carlton. You lost a lot of goodwill in those playoffs. Max Galad will look to bring back too. Burish may very well make the NHL roster out of the gates. We'll go ahead and try to sign Shepard. And from there, Fawcett and Peterson are both horrible. I'll probably try to sign them. Let me see what we're at in terms of contracts here. So, Reimer signs, Shepard signs. I'm just going to spam the button here. Seeing quite a few rejects, but also quite a few accepts. So, we'll go back through. Tristan Lennox wants to be paid. We'll go ahead and pay him. Defensively, we still need to sign Drysdale. We have $34 million right now available to us. For the wingers, everybody is signed. On the right-hand side, left-hand side, Hayden Fowler wants an even bigger paycheck. Hoffman also wants a raise, which is insulting, but we'll try to go for it. And Maldine wants a little bit more money as well. We'll try to adhere to his request. Carlton signed at least. Let's advance another day. Let's see what we have. Hoffman signs. Fowler rejects again. He was the only one to reject, though, in that list. So Hayden Fowler and Jamie Drysdale are going to get a decent amount of money. We'll sign these 2 medium bottom 6 players just for the hell of it. So then Hayden Fowler, we can afford to give you a decent amount of money, friendo. Longtime member of this team. And then Jamie Drysdale is going to get the money that Jamie Drysdale does every season. He's going to be the richest player in NHL history by the time it's all said and done. We'll advance a day. Drysdale now 32. Fawcett signs, Fowler signs, Drysdale signs, Peterson signs. We are good to go. 8 exempt contracts on the team right now, so plenty of space. We will go to free agency, which doesn't affect us at all, obviously. I lost an assistant coach. It's really the only way it affects us, I guess, is with staff members. Let's take a look at what is out there. Coaching-wise, I mean, right now all I can really do is just sign more A-grade coaches as if it matters. But why not? Fred Gehring. Go ahead and bring in Brouillard. There is Wade Lau. I think we had these scouts before. I think I just called them coaches, but hey, what are you going to do? I think we had these scouts before. Sam Westgarth, Reese Boyle. Might as well sign 3 more just to get to an even 20. Spencer Sutton. And last but not least, Jamie Book. So with coaches, top coach right now out there is Couturier. Hayden Couturier, who we had before, did we not? Wasn't Hayden Couturier with us? Mm-hmm. Was the head coach of the Grand Rapids Griffins at one point. Or maybe not head coach, but was with the Grand Rapids Griffins for a decent amount of time. 2-time Stanley Cup champion. Could go with him, or just trust who we have in this forward coach. By the way, we do have Tyler Bozak on our coaching staff. So we need a generalist. A high-grade generalist to be our assistant coach. And we should be good to go from there. So we're going to be looking at either, it's Weissmuller. We need Terrell Weissmuller. It's an assistant, not an associate. We need this coach. He is seemingly the perfect fit, despite his ridiculous hair and incredibly low ears. There's something about his skull structure that is incredibly off-putting to me. But hopefully Terrell Weissmuller is able to accept that contract, and we'll be looking good to go in terms of our coaching staff. I mean, you could argue who's a better scheme fit. Milroy's only at a 43. Jesus, how Antoine Terrien I couldn't see. How good of a scheme fit is Couturier at? I think he's even lower. He is. That's the issue. What's a good, none of these coaches, and here's the thing though, it's going to appear to be low because obviously it's not showing my entire roster. So, a 47 is about as good as it gets. But even then, you see, for Bales, it's horrible. So there's really no perfect coach for us right now, it appears. As brutal as that is, 45, 47, I don't think anyone's going above a 47, which doesn't even guarantee a good scheme fit for us. If there was somebody over a 50, I think I'd risk it right now, but we're going to keep that head coach and hope for the best, because I have no idea who's going to be on this team next year. I'm not going to be against taking lower-level guys like Burish, who might be a better scheme fit for the team, having them be there, and that way, things might work out a little bit differently for us. It really is tough to tell how this team's going to be set up for this next season. Because as we've seen, the highest overall team doesn't necessarily mean the best. That fourth line, once we technically made it worse, it got better. So, as per usual, we will see what happens this season. Hopefully be able to make the best of it and see what happens from there. So, excited to see at least how this could potentially go down. We'll see what happens here once it finishes simming. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic that maybe, just maybe, this could happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just, all you can do at this point is hope with this team, right? That's pretty much all you can do is hope that this team is going to find a way. So let's at least get a look at who this team might be. I'll probably set it up heading into the next episode. But Lowe and Lennox, still the 1-2 punch. Morgan's going to be making a push for this NHL team, which is nice. Defensively now, it is Bales, of course, Drysdale, Bales, Delmas, Suter, McGrath, Sasaki, Vigilante. McGinnis is going to make the team, which is huge news for him, former 9th overall pick. And from there, it's either Goran or Van Katishin. I think we're going to give Jackson Goran the chance. I'm tired of McGrath and Vigilante not living up to the hype. And I think Sasaki is going to be on the outs too. I'm going to see if this defense can be half decent for us. And then forward-wise, obviously too, there's some disappointing names. I don't think I want to give those fourth-line guys that were there at the end of last season the opportunity. I think we want to bring back the fourth line that we had in the postseason to see what they can do if they're given a full season. And that brings us exactly to 18 skaters. I mean, I think that's it. Like I said, there's going to be some fine-tuning to see what the player types happen to be and stuff like that, and the line chemistry I can get. But for the most part, this is the team. Goran is a better fit than McInnes, but maybe we play out of McInnes with Drysdale just to see what he can do. So I'll leave it at that. I got some work to do off-stream. Next episode, we sim the season, and we find out whether or not these Red Wings can push back. But Aiden Recchi now at an 87. I keep saying, is it our last chance? You never know when it's going to be our last chance. It could be. It could be. I don't know what to make of it. It's tough to send someone like Brennan down to the AHL. We'll see what happens. But damn it, some people have to push and make this, make the most of the opportunity that they have in front of them. That window, how much longer is it going to be open? I have no idea.